Are you an extreme couponer? Don't worry, I'm not either. But as a wife and mother of three, we're going to go over ways you can save money here and there without spending half of the week looking for coupons. Let's get it. Hey guys, this is Hope Said It, back with another Hope Said It Uncut video for you. Now, I am not bashing extreme couponers at all, but what they do have is time. I don't have time like that, okay? From what I've heard, you spend about 20, 30 hours a week, maybe, for the extreme couponers doing that. Well, that's a full part-time job. At that rate, I might as well just work a real job and then take home that extra money instead of trying to save half of that amount. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it didn't make sense to me. So as I was going through ways to save, I was like, well, let me just do something for the practical mom. Ways to save money here and there for the practical mom, and really for the everyday person. So let's get right to it. The first one is meal planning and buying in bulk. Especially if you have non-perishable items, this one is key, because if you go to one of those superstores like Sam's or Costco and get it in bulk, well, then it costs less per unit. So that's a way to save money there. And then you can take those items and meal plan so that you're not wondering what to do for breakfast or lunch or dinner, because then you just go to fast food restaurants, right? Like when you don't know what to eat, you just say, oh, this is convenient. That's why it's called fast food. You want something quick. But if you plan it out, then you saved money and you save time. Just make sure you're going to use all of it, because when you buy in bulk for things that are going to rot quickly, like cheese or something, make sure you're going to use it, or freeze it before you need to actually do something with it, because then you can end up using money. So I know some people with Sam's Club or Costco memberships, and they're actually kind of losing money because they throw away at the end, they throw away all the fruits or vegetables or dairy products or whatever because they don't use it all. Well, then that's not worth it. So make sure you're actually going there for something that has longevity and that for something you're actually going to use up. Then you'll really see the savings there. Next is DIY projects or products. And if you don't know what DIY means, that means do it yourself. And you have to be careful with this one though. I have a lot of DIY stuff around the house. Like my hair products, you've seen it. It's usually just aloe vera juice. Sometimes I add, a little dabble to it. I can make my own hair products. There's a lot of naturals who make their own products, and it could be cheaper per unit cost that way. And also if you have like household cleaners or something like that, there are other recipes you can use instead of buying these name brands with bleach and everything in it. I had a great recipe that I still use, that like 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, a dab of soap, and some essential oils. And that really does a good job of cleaning the house, and you don't have that strong smell to it. And it's cheaper per unit. I mean, you buy a huge thing of vinegar and, water from the tap, and it doesn't cost that much. So find ways you can kind of save up. I know there are videos out there for kind of homemade laundry detergents as well. I have not done that, but it's cheaper per unit. So know ways you can cut costs by just simply doing it yourself and not having that convenience fee added for everything. Just like for your snacks or something. This is not really DIY, but if you buy bulk snacks, well, just buy the little Ziplocs and, divide it up themselves. Because sometimes when you buy the already packaged little snacks for individuals for your kids, that costs more than just buying a huge one that's all in one bag and then separating it out. So I guess the convenience there is that, you have these little mini bags that you can give them in a quickie, but you can also just buy the huge bag and do it yourself and it only takes a couple minutes to do. And I say this is a difficult one because you have to add your time into it. So DIY projects like, oil changing a car, or I know me and my husband one time fixed a hole in our wall. Is the cost worth it? Is it worth your time? A lot of the times if it's thousands of dollars to fix it with a professional, maybe it's worth that DIY. But if it's going to be about the same or just a little higher and it's just better peace of mind and not such a nuisance, then maybe it's not worth it. So you have to decide which one is worth it when you weigh out that time and the money that goes with it. Now, I will touch on coupon and cashback apps, guys. I tried downloading that Ibotta stuff and Fetch and all that stuff. I'm not about to have 5 different apps on my phone just to wait for money to come back to me. That kind of defeats the purpose to me. Cash is cash, and what I keep in my pocket is what I keep in my pocket. But there's a difference between earning cash back and earning some store bucks, So that's what I found. Even when I've tried a coupon, I'm like, I don't want $10 from this store. I just want $10. I just want to not spend $10. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're that kind of person who does that, that's cool. But I just don't like logging on to 4 different apps or whatever just to get $2 back, just to get 50 cents back. It's too time consuming, and I'm too much of a minimalist when it comes to my phone and the apps I keep for that to be sustainable. So what I do, I was going to say doo-doo, then I was like doo-doo. Anyways, sometimes I download the apps of the major stores that I go to because they have coupons as well. So now the coupon deals that I do are usually the easy ones, like, oh, save 50 cents, 2 for this, 2 for that, whatever. Things that aren't at the store, but it's a digital deal. And another thing you can do to take it to the next level is to start following some of these couponers online. They'll do the work for you. So you'll see like every week there'll be, oh, these CVS deals, these Walgreens deals, do this. And that's great help because that's not me spending time looking for it. I can just look, see what coupons to use and say, oh, I can get that for only 80 cents each. So be sure to do that as well. Look for other people to help you and get those simple, low-hanging fruit digital deals. Next is secondhand shopping. Now, when I was growing up, thrift store was not cool at all. We got all our clothes from the thrift store. We got like all secondhand everything. But now it's all thrifty and vintage. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But the thrift store, especially when you go to a swankier part of town, is a great way to get clothes. Now, the unmentionables, don't buy it from no thrift store now. It's not that expensive. But when you go to the clothing and things like that, accessories, buy that secondhand and see. And you might not be a secondhand person. Not all these tips will be for everybody, but it would be helpful, even for things like eBay or look at Craigslist or just different things like that. Plato's Closet, if that's still around. but those kinds of stores that have secondhand clothing or secondhand toys or secondhand even baby accessories, that is a great help in the long run. And this should go without saying, but never buy some major item like on the spot without research, sight unseen. Because what you'll see a lot of the times is you'll buy, let's say it's a TV or something. And then if you really went on the internet and looked, you could see that there's either a rebate or a promo code or a discount code, or another store, whether it be online or, a local one, had it for cheaper. So before you make any big purchase, I would say something, like $50 and up or something. Just make sure that what you're getting is the cheapest price. So that's why when I see something at a store and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, something like an air fryer, I'll be like, oh, I want to get it, but let me search and make sure it's the greatest deal. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'll see that, oh, this store has a 30% off sale for it. So don't buy on the spot. Always comparison shop and make sure that stores can match those prices as well. And this is just being a responsible person in general. Make sure that you're saving energy at home, especially down in the South. It's hot, hot, hot. Okay. So you have to make sure you have those energy saving, whether it's appliances or thermostats. When you're not at home, your house should not be at 70 unless there's some medical reason for that. And just make sure you're shopping around for the best energy prices. You have energy efficient appliances, things like that to really help save those dollars, because every bit helps. Make sure to close the door, make sure the cold air isn't seeping out. Yes, our elders were right. Don't let the cold air out. And we shouldn't, because that raises the bill as well. This one is an odd tip, but don't impulse buy. Don't buy too late at night, and don't buy emotionally. Sometimes if I'm in my bed and just scrolling through, it's so easy to press buy. It's only one click now for some apps to buy something, and that's very tempting. So you might scroll and see something and say, oh, I need that. Even if it's a $10 something. You know how many random $10 somethings I got because I just saw it and I was like, it's cool. I saw a review and I was like, oh, it does work. Click, and then it comes a week later, I'm like, oh crap, I forgot I ordered this, but it minimizes my pores. Yay. Just make sure you're not just scrolling through and, randomly clicking on stuff to buy it. And also don't emotionally buy something. Cause, just the other day I was like, I need to lose a couple poundages. So I'm like scrolling through looking for different things. Like I need equipment. I need this. I need that. And I literally was just adding stuff to my cart. At the end of it, it was like $200. And I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it now. And I slept and I woke up and I was like, what the heck? No, I don't need this or that or this. I ended up buying nothing. But just know that emotionally, when you feel a certain way, like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'm fat. Oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I need this. Oh, I'm whatever it is. Don't buy it in that state of mind. Sleep on it a little and then see, because that could save you a lot of money. A little bit of here, a little bit of there goes a long way. And that's why I say make your own food at home and try your DIY stuff, because it may seem like $10 here and there, but if let's say you have lunch out every day, $10 every day at lunch, that's $50 a week. That's going to be $200 a month that you just wasted. And see if you do that every day for the rest of the year. 200 times 1, 2,400. You like that math? $2,400 that you just wasted on food. No, get your groceries and cook something. Learn some recipes. Everything's Googleable now. No excuses. And then I'll add a final one that has helped me: automatic savings. It's great for beginners who don't really save. I save, like I put, 10% to the church, pay myself, pay my bills, whatever. That's how I roll. But if you're not like that, if you're like, no, I just pay my bills, I pay my tithes, whatever, and you don't think of you and paying yourself and you're not a saver, then set up something with your bank for automatic savings. That means like every month or something, they're going to take out $25 automatically and put it from your checking to your savings. I'm talking with my hands a lot, but that way you don't have to think about it. It's just, it just leaves. It's like, oh, $25 gone. And that's the minimum. You could do 100, whatever you can afford, just automatically put that away, because if you put it away and you don't think about it, if it's $25, at least you save $300 at the end of the year. If you up it up to 100, at least you save $1,200 that you didn't have to think about at the end of the year. So just have these little tricks and tips and ways to trick your mind to save money, because really it's easy to spend a little here, a little there, and it add up. I have been in the situation of seeing my statement and asking, okay, where did all my money go? To food. Okay, if you keep on going here and there to these different restaurants, and keep in mind, these prices are not going lower, they're only going up. So you go here, you go there, you spend 10, you spend 15, and you think it's cool because it's only 10 that day, 15 that day. But like I said, it adds up. And at the end of the month, you will be like, well, my goodness, this is more than my grocery bill was. So don't get caught in buying this and that. That's why it's good to budget out, like have a whole food budget so that you don't go over the budget you already allotted. If you're just swiping a card, oh my goodness, you'll be shocked when that statement comes. So hopefully this helped you. If it wasn't new to you, hopefully it was a reminder that you'll actually pick up and do and make a habit later. I just felt the need to do this because inflation is real. I'll go to the store and pick up a couple items and I'm like, $75, where? So as prices are going up, at least we can have creative ways of cutting costs elsewhere. Make sure to check out my other videos. It's all about marriage, motherhood, hair, and life, and I have playlists for each one. So whatever floats your boat, I have a playlist for you there. Make sure to also follow me on social media at Hope Said It, and make sure you're subscribed, because half of the people watching my videos are not subscribed to me. If you're subscribed, get notified. What's going on? Bye. Next is DIY. Do it yourself is what DIY products or projects.